Hi everyone, and welcome to another Griniflix Adventure 8 video. I'm Peter Zalums, and today it's going to be a lifestyle video. Over the last year I've made a couple of videos about espresso machines and some of my experience, and now we're going to be doing the next one. Here it is here. It's the Breville Barista Express. This is my current machine, which is the Pizzera BZ10. And my current setup with my tamper mat here, and for the grinds, the pucks, and coffee, and for grinding my beans, I'm just using an old Sunbeam Cafe Series grinder, which I had to modify in order to be able to get the grind fine enough for espressos. So that was my experience with that. However, today I'm going to be reviewing another coffee machine which I have purchased in the sub $1,000 Australian dollar category. The Pizzera was around $2,500. So that's another category, but at least that will be a reference point, even though it's in another category of machine. I have had numerous machines over the last 10 years, ranging from the cheapest Sunbeam machine that you could possibly get, which was a couple $100. I've had the Cafe Series Sunbeam as well. Can't remember the model number, it'll be there somewhere in the description. Which I had for a few years before I migrated to the Pizzera, which I'm very happy with, and there's a couple of reviews of that I've done, the initial impression and also a year later, and the links will be somewhere in the description or above. Today I'm filming with the Nikon Z6, and I'm using an old 85mm f1.4 manual AIS Nikkor lens. However, it is automatic focus. So if I go there or I come here, it's adjusting automatically because I'm using a autofocus adapter, and the one I'm using is called Megadap. I've done a number of videos about the Megadap, and they'll be in the description below or above or whatever. This will be my first impression, I guess, a bit of an unpack and see whether I can get a decent coffee first time around. It's looking impressive so far. As always with instructions, if all else fails, you can go and read them. We've got, looks like a pretty standard dispenser here. We've got a tamper plug. That's a cleaning kit. No doubt we'll need to investigate that a bit later. The Razor Precision 54mm filter basket, skimmer filter baskets, and I presume we turn this upside down and then turn it back up the right way around. Same one way or the other. That goes in there. Oh, okay. Once it's in, you can lock it in place by turning the knob. And that's locked in place. It doesn't hold a lot of beans, but it probably holds enough. So you just have to fill it up regularly. Okay, it's got a little rubber seal here, so whatever is in there stays reasonably fresh. Let's see whether we can actually get this machine happening. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in some water. I happen to have some filtered water prepared from earlier, so let's commit and put in some water in that. I guess we'll soon find out whether there's any leaks. I'm going to plug it in. I won't turn it on yet. From earlier we had the 54mm filter baskets, and in there's a number of baskets. There's a single wall filter, then there's the other filter which is already in the handle. These are dual wall filters, and this is meant for pre-ground coffee. Okay. What I have found with the Pizzera is that you have to grind your own fine coffee to get the right pressure. If you use a pre-ground coffee from the supermarket or whatever, then it just runs through like diarrhea. So I'm guessing that this machine can handle both the pre-ground coffee from the supermarket as well as grinding your own coffee. We'll go for a single shot. So what I'll do is I'll just take out the basket and put in a single shot basket into the holder, into the handle. Okay, so theoretically that should be the right one. I'm also guessing that the tamper height should be to the point that it sits level, just this part here sits level with that, would be my best guess. So that's how much coffee would go in there. I just happen to have some coffee from our local roaster. My local roaster is Macello Nadelle. Cafe Euro Blend is the name of the shop. Oh well, I wonder how that's going to look. Okay, so we've got the beans in there, we've got the water in there. So far so good. Let's do the power on and let's see what happens. Press the power button. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's starting to make noise and it's flashing. It might mean that it needs to warm up. Now the other thing I noticed is we've got a grind size here. I know from past experience with these machines, going finer grind is going to give you a better result than coarse grind. So coarse is around 16 and fine is around 1. I'm going to go 5. My single cup in here in the holder, and my tamper. I'll be using one of my French ceramic cups that look like plastic cups crushed. I think what's so good about plastic cups being crushed is that it just forms your hand perfectly. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put it in there. I've got a single grind amount. How do I do the grind? How you do the grind is, after you've selected how much you want, I'm at the middle mark there, you press the handle in and that triggers a switch and it gives you the grind. So I'm guessing that's not going to be enough. If I want to add a little bit more, then I'll just go a little bit there. That's going to be too much. Let's take some of that off. And let's see how we go. All right, so my guess is that the right amount is going to be somewhere where this tamper here and the edge of the cup is pretty close to one another. And then it's going to be a simple matter of putting it in here and turning it. Like always with all machines, you've got to sort of work out the right amount of coffee to go into the cup, the right grind size, how much you tamper it. So, okay, that's in. I'm going to be just pressing 1. All right, things are happening. Let's have a closer look. Well, the actual liquid coming out is looking pretty damn good, which isn't bad for a first shot. Now that's a single shot. If I want to run it again, you can time this as much as you like. I'm going to just run it again, so I want a little bit more extraction. I think, judging from the colour that's coming out here, that would have been about right. I think now it's probably extracting a little bit too much towards the end here. But anyway, that's our first attempt, remember? Okay, so all in all, I'm pretty impressed with the outcome there. A reasonable amount of crema. Okay, it's good, it's good. So far so good. Now, the next challenge will be the milk. This comes with the unit. It's quite a nice, looks like a pewter mug. Put in about, I don't know, 50 mils, whatever. That much milk. And we're going to try and do the milk process now. Let's see how well that works. We've got 2 buttons on the other side here. One is for steam and the other one is for water. So if I do it on water, then just water should come out of that nozzle. And it does. And if I turn this the other way, then steam should come out of the other one. So I might just let some steam come out first. Okay, it seems to be pumping away nicely. And quite a bit of steam, which is good. So I want some steam to start with before I actually start doing my... Okay, let's try it again. Try and get some micro bubbles going. I find that once you've done this a few times, once you sort of get to the right bubble level, then chances are that you've got the right temperature as well. Which should be about there. Okay. Give that a bit of a clean, give that a bit of a clean. All right. So we want to get stir up those bubbles. So we've got nice fine bubbles. And then we pour away. Now this is not very artistic, but anyway, there's my coffee. I guess it's a cappuccino. Then if you want some chocolate, throw in some chocolate. And now for the taste test. For the taste test. This is it. Is it any good? Is it any good? Look, for the very first coffee, within whatever minutes it was to actually set this up and get it going, I've got my first coffee, and long and short of it is I'm reasonably impressed, I think. It all seems to work. I didn't notice what the gauge level was with regards to extraction, but it seemed to be pretty good. So I'm guessing it was all right. There you go. Well, first attempt. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I might, like I did with the other machine, after a while do another update after I've owned it for a little bit and got used to it and worked out some of the other pros and cons. But first impressions, I got a coffee out of it fairly simply and it works. So I'm okay with it and I'm going to enjoy my coffee now. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Thumbs up, really appreciate your support, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers.